Hi guys, I'm Lana, and this is the Second Breakfast Club, and today I'm continuing my BTS Explained by a Korean series from DKDKTV. I realize I've been saying that wrong the last couple episodes. I'm so sorry. I just had it stuck in my head the wrong way. But yes, this series is amazing. It's helping me really understand culture a little bit better. Like I've mentioned, I think I had pretty good understandings of a lot of these songs before watching this, but it's really nice to see like things I never even would have thought of, or things that just I wasn't raised with. It really highlights how much wordplay and how much just little cultural things that are impossible to translate are in these videos. So today we're doing Baepsae, which is really special to me because this was the song that really made me fall in love with BTS. Like, it wasn't the first one I watched. The first one I watched was either Fire or Dope. I literally cannot remember which one came first because it was during that comeback. Like, it was when everybody was watching both. But I fell down the BTS hole, and this is the one that made me realize how different and special they are. I'm a sucker for a revolution song. I really am. And a lot of people discredit this song because it's really silly and fun. The video that's on the internet for it is really silly and fun. But the song is intense to the point that I think the video is silly and fun for a reason. Yeah, so I don't know how much will be here because it's not a music video, it's just a dance routine that I don't already understand, because as I understand it, it's a kind of like a millennial war song is what I kind of call it. So it's, you know, the younger generation basically saying life has been completely messed up, it's not fair, we're gonna change it even if it takes extreme measures. Like, you know, going along with the fact that, as far as I understand it, the media were calling millennials, which a lot of people say millennial when they mean anybody under 30, even though millennials are people right now like, gosh, 38 to like 23, something like that. But the media, like they do here, they were saying, calling them the Baepsae generation. Like, they're not content with things, with anything. They're troublemakers. They want more than they should. They won't, basically, they aren't happy staying in their place, and then a lot of the young people turn around and like, yeah, we're not happy with the way things are. We aren't happy just letting things go, and we want change. So, as far as I understand, that's kind of what the song is saying. It's kind of a riot song. There's some, like, almost implied violence in it, which, like, I'm all for, but it's controversial. So yeah, it's my route, my BTS route. So I'm excited to see what DKDKTV has to say about it. So let's dive right on in, shall we? 3, 2, 1, go! Also, it's just swaggy.
In light of BTS's new comeback, we are taking a look at their fiercest and most political song, Baepsae.
Right?
You need to know this Korean idiom. 뱁새가 황새를 따라가면 다리가 찢어진다. It means when you
I
try
knew
to
that.
do something that's out of your reach, out of your capabilities, then you will likely fail. Crow tits or Baepsae have short legs, but
They're so
storks
cute.
have very
Sorry.
long legs. So obviously a crow tit trying to catch up to a stork will likely fail. Here the storks are referring to people in power, the big companies, conglomerates, and older generations. And in this video, I will focus on the last meaning of older generations because the previous two meanings have been covered a lot by other explanations. Here, BTS is using crow tits as a metaphor for the younger generation, or the millennials of South Korea. They are trying very hard to catch up with their parents' generation, the baby boomers, or the storks. They also use another metaphor of teacher to refer to the older generation who are born with a golden spoon. They say this because during the ages of the baby boomers in South Korea, they were experiencing huge economic growth and it was extremely easy to get jobs, get housing,
Same here.
and stuff like that. But the economy in South Korea is now at its maturing stages, and the side effects of ultra-fast economic growth have boomeranged to haunt the current generation. Currently, the millennials are facing extremely high pricing of houses, as well as high disparity between the rich and the poor, and also
it's interesting how
all-time high youth
these things are multicultural, these issues. Mm-hmm.
This verse, BTS addresses the
His translation is much different than the one I read, and I like it better.
In Korean society. For example, passion pay. This is a very common practice in Korean society where companies basically pay young workers below minimum wage or nothing at all.
I was going to say, here, nothing.
For experience.
Usually.
The company's logic is because they are offering a job and an experience that many young people have passion for, they are the ones that are actually doing the service.
Like, what's that joke? Artist is paid in and subsequently dies of exposure.
Of this decade. They are a generation that have basically given up what many consider to be basic human rights and wants because of extremely high youth unemployment rates and also very low wages compared to living costs. We have many different variations of unedited to describe the millennials of South Korea. It originally started from 삼포 세대, which is used to describe the millennials that have given up dating, marrying, and giving birth due to economic instability. Then it evolved to 오포 세대, which added giving up employment and buying your own house. And then it evolved into 칠포 세대, which added human relationships and hope. Now the word Npo 세대 is most commonly used because they have...
So interesting statistics came out about United States millennials recently that matches a lot of this information. Right there.
In these lines, BTS talks about their want to change the system. The word 정상 in the last lines has a double meaning. First, it means normal, and second, it means top. So basically, not only is BTS talking about how this is not a normal situation, society is sick, but also they are saying we are not at the top yet, and we have to push further.
Good line.
Here, BTS addresses how the older generation blames the millennials for their struggles, saying that it is due to a lack of effort. The word 노력 is pronounced 노력 by BTS, and this is a very commonly used internet slang among millennials to sarcastically describe how the older generation blames them for the lack of effort.
Oh, cool.
Baby boomers often neglect the fact how society is completely different now compared to when they were growing up, and also the economic situation is completely different. They also neglect the fact that a lot of the economic problems that these millennials face today were in fact caused by baby boomers. For example, housing prices that are
pretty universal,
extremely high, so that millennials have basically given up buying their houses. These were driven up by baby boomers buying multiple houses in speculation and for investment purposes. Yet many baby boomers simply neglect the fact and tell the millennials that they should try harder, work harder, so that you can perhaps buy a house 20 years later.
His translation is even more bold, and I really like it.
These lines just simply seem like a cry for help, a call for a helping hand. However, the word Baepsae in the very last line is a very clever play on words. Basically, this word would sound like a curse word to the Korean ear. It sounds very similar to shipseya or keseya, which are both very serious curse words in South Korea. So not only are they crying for help, and not only are they asking the protests to unite, but they are also calling the older generations.
Oh gosh. I love you, BTS. And I love you, Bang PD Nim. This is obviously a lot of you in there too, based on interviews and stuff that he's done. Guys, This is still, like, my root song. This is, to me, Baepsae, Fire, Spring Day, and perhaps even a little bit of Not Today are the core of how BTS affects me as a group. Like, a lot of their solo stuff I could wax poetic about that doesn't have much to do with Cultural Revolution, not for all the members at least. But as a group, this is what makes them stand out to me. This is what makes them special to me. This desire from the beginning, from, like No even, and No More Dream, to call out society and to try to make the world a better place in this way that's really blunt and aggressive and serious, but at the same time has developed to have also this level of professionalism. Like, somehow they're walking this line between being revolutionary and being better, like bigger, on a higher road than the people who are looking down on them. And I firmly believe that they could lead kind of this revolution with young people. Not necessarily like marching them down the streets to the people in power, but like even just with the Love Yourself campaign and everything, they were built, the entire reason BTS was put together to do this kind of stuff. And if you watch a lot of the interviews with Bang PD, he says that. Like, he wanted to make a group that's true idols, like not false idols, people you actually can look up to and can think of as friends, who are going to try to say important things, try to make the world a better place, try to be honest and blunt. And he did that. He built this group, and I really don't think if any ingredient had been missing that this would happen. And I don't know, as much as I love a lot of their other work and their philosophical work and stuff, I'm always going to be drawn to their revolutionary work. Plus, Baepsae is so swaggy. Like, I tease Ashlen all the time that all I want is some part of me to have swaggy male energy, and she tells me, probably rightfully so, that it will never happen. I am way too feminine. But dear goodness, I've never wanted to be anyone more than every member of BTS and Baepsae. But yeah, it's a really important song, and people don't talk about it as important. They talk about it as funny. Because it is. The video is, but they'll line it up next to like War of Hormone, True War version and stuff, or put it on the list of videos to show why people like BTS, like their funny charisma. But a lot of people don't talk about it like a really serious riot song. You know, that's not good enough, bang bang. That's as blunt and in your face as you can get about change and the need for change. And I really don't know much about the rest of the world, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the issues they're talking about in Baepsae are fairly universal. The economy is sunk for a lot of people, and there's a huge gap between the old and the young, and the rich and the poor, and a lot of the young are very poor. So I don't know, it deserves more attention, and I'm really glad I got to take a moment to highlight it. And again, thank you so much to DKDKTV for doing Baepsae, because there's so many other songs that probably would have gotten more views and attention, but I think this one was really important. So please, this series is awesome, so go, like, support them, like, go watch the original video, go give them views and clicks, and keep spreading the word about it, because I think what they're doing is really important as more and more people come into the BTS fandom and K-pop fandom in general, because I think it's, as international ARMY and international K-pop fans, it's our responsibility, in my opinion, to react, to take Korean culture into consideration when we do these things, and to learn about where our music is coming from. Because I get so nervous it's going to become a really appropriated thing. And also just, I love talking about BTS as funny and friendly, and I love talking about them as record breakers and, you know, starting the K-wave, but I'd really like more attention to be given to the effect they're having on young people in the world, and the effect they're having on music, and what we're going to be saying about how they affected music in 20, 30 years. You know, people talk about bands today, like, you know, the Beatles, Queen, all this stuff, like, oh, that was real music, that was real rock. But back in the day, they were pop, right? I mean, they were rock, but they were, you know, they were not that different in terms of effect that they're having on the world than BTS. And I think people are going to see that in 30 years, especially if more K-pop groups come over, and they really were like the Beatles ushering in the K-wave, and we get a lot more cool K-pop groups here. And it would make me really sad if their legacy didn't include how political and how responsibly rebellious they are. So yeah, that's me talking way too much about this. Comment about Baepsae, comment about your favorite songs. What's your BTS route? What was the one that you watched and didn't think, oh, that's cool or that's nice, but you thought, ah, I'm in? I'm really curious, because I think it's very different for different people. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this series up. I think there's only like 1, maybe 2 videos left in it. I know Idol's one of them. So I'll finish that and then throw in a few extra videos, because I know there's a few that have been popping up that I just want to watch for myself, and I thought I might as well watch them with you if I want to watch them for myself. And then, you know, I have the Habits series that's airing on Thursdays, and soon Ashlen should be doing reviews of Mono, which will be really exciting. Like, the music has always been what's most important to Ashlen, and it's RM. So look forward to that. I'll probably put on the channel on the days that the Patreon also gets videos, so that, gosh, if you're part of the Patreon, you're getting a lot of videos, but for a while you'll be close to daily videos on the channel. Because I'm thinking of doing Ashlen's reactions twice a week, mine twice a week, and just, you know, keeping things cool. So if you want to support the Patreon, please do. Links in the description. It's the only way Ashlen and I are going to be able to get together to film more often than we can now. Right now we're looking at maybe getting it to film like once every 2 months, 2.5 months, because we just don't have the money. We're both poor. But if we can get that Patreon up, we'll be able to meet up. Like, our goal is monthly, so that it'll be just like old days, plus solo stuff. So if you can support the Patreon, awesome. If not, again, we're not going to put anything on the Patreon that we can't put on YouTube, and it's just more personal. But otherwise, you know, even if you can't, just linger here and let's watch some great videos together, okay? So until next time, live long and prosper. Also, like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!